Well, welcome back to your Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lesante. Joining me is Jerry Enders, who, yes, he's a producer too. We can give him his title of producer. And joining us also is Savas Logothetides. But remember, my friends, sam@ssptv is my email, and go to our website. We're on website, YouTube, but where else are we, Jerry?
Well, you can Google us at SSPTV and go on Facebook and look us up.
All the shows are there.
All the shows are there.
Now-
and I did Google up the shows, and so if you want to see past shows for the past couple of years,
They're great.
They're all there.
Now, phone number. For those of you who you have my email, but Jerry gave me his phone number. If you have anything that you'd like to be on the show, and Sam put this up as 570-622-9510. Well, Savas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Listen, whatever you do, don't become like Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have one
The
Jerry.
new Jerry.
and
One Jerry's enough.
That one Jerry's enough.
Yeah.
So, I asked you when you came in, you look relaxed.
I am,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't have the tension anymore. And the reason I say that is the restaurants, right?
Yeah. I know. So we're out of the restaurant industry, focusing on doing what we can with community and economic development in the city of Pottsville and surrounding area.
Well, it's I could appreciate now more so because my daughter and her husband
I saw that.
have a fine dining restaurant in Cape Canaveral doing very well. It's Two Georges. Give her a plug. Two Georges Oceanside Bar and Grill, which is right on the main drag in Cape Canaveral. But a lot of work involved, and believe me, to produce the kind of food that they produce, which is second to none, there's a lot of work involved. So I can see why you're nice and relaxed.
That's right.
But you're doing nothing, though,
right.
right, for the city? I mean, you're sitting around doing nothing, having, your beers, Yingling beers, and you and Jerry having your martini.
We love a good Yingling flight, that's for sure. Yeah.
So tell me what's going on.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on right now. May is going to be an extremely busy month. The big part is the film festival. Our first ever, the inaugural Pottsville Film Festival is going to be taking place May 30th, May 31st, and then June 1st. And this concept, this idea, came to fruition with my friend DJ Higgins, who's a film professor at Penn State Schuylkill, and my other friend Lazarus Milan, who owns the newly opened Eagle Tavern in downtown Pottsville. They're both filmmakers, and they said, we can have a great film festival in Schuylkill County in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. So we got together, and the Pottsville Area Development Corporation put together a little business plan, a little template. We hired those two on as consultants, and in a few weeks we're going to be having our first film festival.
What is it? What will they see?
Yeah. So film festival, it's a number of things, right? Our specific festival, I would say, is a celebration of the arts that's film centric, right? So it's not just about movies or films. We're bringing in some really special guests. The first is Meredith Averill. She's actually a Pottsville area high school grad, 1998. She's a writer and producer for Netflix. So she's an employee of Netflix. She's done shows that you may have heard of: The Haunting of Hill House, Lock and Key, and Wednesday, which is a spinoff of The Addams Family. She's actually producing season 2. She's been nominated for Emmys, for Golden Globes.
Wow.
She's done works on the WB. So she's actually really has a pretty big name in Los Angeles. She's flying in to spend 3 days with us, doing a writer's workshop here at Alvernia University, actually.
Fabulous.
So very exciting. She's going to be
You have to sign up for this?
Yep. You can buy all the tickets for special events and for the movie blocks at majestictheater.net, or go to our Facebook, and there's a direct link to purchase those tickets. But she's flying in. She's doing the writer's workshop. We've got 2 gentlemen from The Sopranos, the hit TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Grimaldi.
Jerry's friends.
Yeah.
The Soprano.
Yeah, you better watch out. That was great.
Yeah.
Dan Grimaldi and Artie DiPasquale, right? So Dan Grimaldi played Patsy Parisi on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Artie Pasquale played Bert Gervasi. And they're coming in for the weekend, and they're doing a Sopranos Q&A at the newly renovated second floor of the chopping block.
Oh, yeah.
Their first event ever at the second floor of the chopping block is going to be the Sopranos Q&A, which is going to be awesome, right? But all 3 of them are spending the weekend here. They're hosting different movie blocks. They're going to get to rub elbows with other aspiring filmmakers or new filmmakers, and they're going to get to meet the people of Pottsville and Schuylkill County.
And that's it?
Yeah. So we've got 9 movie blocks, okay, and that's ranging from student films to what we call best of the fest, to mature audiences, a number of different genres, right? One of the blocks is actually Masters of the Air. It is a new show. It's a series on Apple TV. It started in 2024. The executive producers, you've probably heard of them before, Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg.
Oh, that's a familiar name.
So the writer of the book that was the inspiration for the show is actually going to be coming into Pottsville for an hour. He's going to show his documentary on making the show.
Wow.
And then do a Q&A. And there's some rumblings that we might even see Mr. Tom Hanks zoom in for the question and answer period of that, which would be amazing if that was to come to fruition. So it's a World War II fictional show about basically the U.S. Air Force and the Luftwaffe of the German army or the Nazi army in World War II, and it's a fabulous show. I've watched it recently. I wanted to see what it was all about, and I really, really enjoyed it. Season 1 again just came out last year.
So Savas, if you're telling us all this stuff, where can I go and see exactly what you're talking about? So I may be interested in going to see Sopranos or the writers' workshop, etc. Where do I go to see all this stuff?
So there's a number of different tickets that you can buy: VIP ticket, block tickets, individual event tickets. Everything's on majestictheater.net. Okay.
So majestictheater.net is where you have you're all this, and I could buy the tickets.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can directly buy them
Great.
there in advance. They'll be $10 in advance, $20 at the door for the movies. The special events are $40. The red carpet
you'll
event
be
is
sold
$75.
out.
But
You'll be sold out.
there's a great red carpet event Friday night. There's a
what's that about?
So the red carpet event Friday night is sort of like the introduction for all the filmmakers, and also a lot of vested stakeholders and sponsors who've been integral in making this film festival happen.
Where will it be
And
at?
that's going to be at Arrow Studio and Events right downtown. We're going to have live music. We're going to have an actual red carpet. We're going to have one of those backdrops. We're going to have someone there interviewing everyone on the red carpet, right? So it's going to be a really great time.
You gonna be
Really great
You gonna
event.
be in a tuxedo?
Tuxedo? No.
No.
A nice suit though from Drazis inside.
And I'd like to throw in there, this is another event co-sponsored by Explorer Schuylkill and also Schaefer Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Big sponsors, but Explorer Schuylkill stepped up, and Regina goes to every meeting. So she not only runs Explorer Schuylkill and our executive rep, but she attends these meetings and gets involved, and anything she can help with or have a hand in. But we were one of their main sponsors for this event. And that goes without saying, we do that for the county fair and so many other things. And Savas has some other stuff coming up this year too.
What else? Savas? I mean, you're doing nothing so far, so tell me what.
So just to finish off, we had 201 movie submissions for this first film fest. We were expecting 30. We got them in 4 days.
Wow.
Right? So
Wow.
201, but we're going to be showing 55 films that weekend. So, it's going to be a great weekend. Make sure you come
That's
out
at Majestic.
and check it out. Yeah, so it's the Majestic Theater, the Chopping Block, the Writers' Workshops here, the Sopranos Q&A is at the Chopping Block. We're showing a kids movie Friday night at the Yingling Mansion. Then we're showing a horror movie Saturday night at the Yingling Mansion outside. So a bunch of different venues, a bunch of different tickets, a little something for everyone. There's live music, there's vendors,
Open
there's a
to
beer
anybody.
garden. Yeah. This is going to be, it's going to be a great festival.
Oh,
Is what
my
it's going to be.
goodness.
It's going to be film centric.
Now, a lot of these are clips, so you're not going to sit through an hour and a half movie.
Okay.
They might be 10 or 15-minute clips.
Yeah,
Okay.
about
Good,
50% of them
good.
will be short.
Yeah.
Which are
Short,
15
yeah.
minutes or less.
Yeah.
And now, will your museum be open too? Down
The museum will be open all weekend, as always, so maybe people walking around or looking for something different to do might not go to each event. They can come to the museum. We'll be open. We'll have that on the website. And, we have a lot of artwork in there. you
Good.
know.
Anything else we should know before we go to break?
Yeah, so, get ready for the Schuylkill Stampede. I would say that's the next big event, which is going to be, again, an inaugural event. It's going to be a rodeo that we're going to be hosting right here in Schuylkill County at the Schuylkill County Fairgrounds.
When?
October 18th. So live music festival all day.
So,
with,
so you are a second Jerry.
We're bringing, we're bringing a rodeo. We're bringing a rodeo to Schuylkill County. So
Wow.
it's exciting.
Oh, this is.
And we have one other event, Rumble on the Roof.
Yep.
Will be happening in June.
June 7th. Yeah. So June 7th. Yeah.
That's Schaefer Harley Davidson is having the Rumble on the Roof at the Montatonga Street parking deck.
Yep. Yeah.
So that'll be a big party there with motorcycles and all, and That's sponsored by Schaefer Harley Davidson, and Savas and PADCO have been assisting in that too. So Savas got his hands full. We got a lot going on.
The website is what again?
MajesticTheater.net, the Majestic Theater Pottsville website.
Everything he says on there, it'll be sold out. We're gonna take a quick break. Welcome back to your Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lesante. Joining me is Jerry Enders, who is my co-host on the show, producer, director, executive producer, you name it, he's all the titles. Are you happy now, Jerry? I gave you all of these titles.
Sam,
Okay.
that was great.
Sitting here is Savas Logothetides, who is just gave us a great preview of what's happening here at Schuylkill County. Now, Jerry, we have sponsors.
Yep, we have to mention it.
We definitely have to mention them.
I'm going to start at the end and work my way
Go
to
right
the
ahead.
beginning. But we're going to thank Vito's Coal-Fired.
My
up
friend
there.
Vito Valente.
That's where you head after here.
Which we go all the time.
Jerry's Northeast Auto Sales and Classic Car Museum, Republican Herald, Christine Holman's. We have to mention her. She's been a great sponsor. Pottsville Eye Specialist, Bob Weaver Chevrolet, and our main sponsor, Explorer Schuylkill. And thanks to all that. Thanks to all our sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor, you can call me or you can call Sam or email us.
We'd love to have you as a sponsor. Yeah, these are people
it's a good program.
You take, for example, when you're looking at local TV, Bob Weaver. I mean, he's been a great supporter of what's happening in this area, and I appreciate that very much. So, Savas, you have nothing to do except all these meetings and etc. like that, but at least you're having fun with them and they're doing good stuff.
Yeah, so I think I've said this before on the show, the development of the city and the county and the area has become a passion of mine, and we're seeing some really great results, and there's a lot of work to be done, but we're getting the right people in the right places, and I think we're getting them there at the right time as well. So it's important that we continue to work together. It's important that we continue to make progress, and hoping the best for Pottsville and Schuylkill County as we move forward.
We do need to hit on another thing, Savas.
Yeah.
Quickly here. We just had our second launch, Pottsville,
Yep.
where PADCO puts an investment into new businesses, and I'd like Savas to talk a little bit, a few minutes about that.
This is
because
great.
we just, not only the past launch Pottsville, we got 4 or 5 new businesses out of that. And there are businesses coming to Pottsville. So how about the new ones that just a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, so we just concluded a great final event for Launch Pottsville at Arrow. We think we had 150 people in attendance. 4 businesses projects gave their pitches, and PADCO was able to award $115,000 in startup capital to 3 businesses, which were Let There Be Rock, which is like a school of rock. Teaches you all about the music industry, not just how to sing or play instruments, but how to merchandise, how to produce, and really how to operate within the music industry and have your own band. And then Variegated Goods, which is a plant and sustainable living store. And then finally Flux and Faro, which is a ceramic studio. We also were able to put in for a matching grant of $15,000 and give $10,000 to Pottsville Greenway. So this is more of a project, but effectively what they're looking to do is connect the JFK Trail, which is a local bike and walking trail, to the Schuylkill River Trail, which runs from Philadelphia, Phoenixville area all the way through Frackville. So we're working on that grant. We're working on getting some allocations and doing some fundraising there, and we think that that's going to be a great project for the city as well.
Savas couldn't do all this with PADCO. He has so many, Joe Durazdis and Denise Klinger, and so many people behind him. And once you put that team together, there's no end of what you can do as far as events.
Well, he said you work as a team and you agree to disagree, and you have no one all these things. I mean, if you have someone who comes on with just because they want to be aboard, you don't need people like that. But that's a good thing I like. I mean, I've seen all these volunteers. We had Tom Smith on, and he what he does is amazing, in putting the team together. Hey, Savas, it's always nice seeing you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
And
Thanks for having me on again.
I'm sorry you have to sit next to Jerry, but we have to put
me on
this
again. I
somewhere.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we'll have you back before the Stampede.
All right.
Now, my friend, 570-622-9510 is Jerry's number. If you have any comments, any questions, just give him a call. My email is sam@ssptv.com. And for those of you who give me these ideas, they're great ideas, but I forget them. My son says, write them down. Well, I have to start writing them down. So once again, Comcast 190, channel 513, and then Wilkes-Barre Mountaintop, channel 92 every Saturday and Sunday. We'll see you next time.